Hey, this is Nick with mountainstometal.com. Today I'm going to show you a new product we have out that is a mount very similar to the under dash mount. This, as many of you know, is good for installing the Motorola 275 radio, and I have a complete install on that in the comment or the section below. So what I want to show you today is how you could install large amplifiers, other size radios such as the 575, and you name it on the driver's side. So if you look, everything about this video I'm about to show you, about 90% of it is literally the same as installing this, and you'll just have to run your wires from the driver's side to the passenger side, just how I showed you how to install this in the video below. So anyways, if you check out the size of this 575 radio, I know there's a really good write-up on the Bronco 6G forum of how to install this monster on this same bracket. But look, if you see how big this thing is, I mean, it completely swamps this out as soon as you see them side by side. I mean, they're huge. So, or this one's huge. But anyways, I want to show y'all how to use this new bracket we have here. And here we go. This is the bracket. This is get out of the package. Alright, so we have stainless steel bracket. If you notice, there are a ton of mounting points for this. So however big your amplifier is, you'll want this to go to the left. It mounts to the left of your brake pedal. So I will say, if you are a manual person, boys and girls, I'm sorry, this will not work for you. This only works on the automatic. The reason for that is it mounts in the same spot the clutch goes. So we call this actually the clutch mount in-house to differentiate between the underdash and this. But comes with a little bag of hardware to mount this thing, and essentially you would just take whatever you're trying to mount, your amplifier. I'm going to mount this right about in this general area on this bracket, and I'm going to install this. Literally slide this in place. There's two studs sticking up from the floor. Bolt this thing down, but I would probably wait till the last second to bolt this down if I were you, because you're going to want to have room to run your wires and all that, because basically, like I said, it's the same install as the other video below. So I'm not going to show 100% how to install this because it's all the same, and except running your wires to the passenger side. So anyways, I will continue on, and I hope you guys enjoy this, and it'll solve some of your problems, because I know the Bronco does not have the most amount of space, but when you have something like this, it's just something else. Use your imagination, mount something to it, slide it under there, and it's up and out of the way. Even if you have big feet, my feet don't touch this while I'm driving, so that's nice. Stays out of the way of the brake pedal as well. So I'm going to continue on and mount this thing up, and we'll go from there. Alright, I got the radio mounted up to the bracket. As you can see, I use the holes up here. What that's going to do is push the radio up a little bit higher, because right here you got your antenna hookup right here, and on the end of that connector there's like a long metal piece, so you don't want that to be in a bind. So I moved this up a little bit to clear this flange. So I'm probably going to route my cable around here and up and around. So another thing is, go ahead and get you a 13mm socket. I got a deep well socket because the studs that we're mounting this to on the firewall are fairly long, so this will help alleviate any issues you have with tightening up that M8 nut that we provide. So alright, let's go do that now. Alright, I got my radio down here. I went ahead and hooked up my power supply here and my extension cable for the mic, and my antenna cable right here. So I'm basically going to take this, try to do this one-handed. You're going to slide that into place like you see here, and I will probably let go of the camera here so I can do that. Oh, here we go. So you're going to want to pull that down. You might have to pull on these tabs to get it past that little adjustment notch right there. So I'll do that, and then we will put this baby in there. Alright, I did unplug this part on the top because for the mic extension cable. I unplugged that because you'll be able to access the top portion of this when you install it. So as you can see here, I have it laid out like this. what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this and flip it over like this, so it's almost upside down, and then you're gonna want to slide this up in there like that. So I need 2 hands to do this, so I'm gonna do my best to show you guys. But there are 2 studs up here, and it's hard to show you on film, but I don't even know if I'm getting them. There's one right here, I got my finger on it, and another one to the left of that. So anyways, I will try to put that up there and show you guys the best I can. Now, if you're like me, you got a bunch of other junk up here, so you got to watch out for that. So line up those 2 studs. All right, now my radio is up there. It is mounted. I just got to put those M8 nuts up there. I can once it's up there, it'll hang on the studs for a second. You'll be able to free up a hand and slide a washer on there, and then the nut. And these are nylock nuts, so you'll be able to get a few turns on them and they'll stay in place. It's a little harder to get to the back one, so what I do is I will put the nut or put the washer on now, and then I will put the nut on it. Well, if I can get the washer on there. So what I'm going to do is I will probably tape it to the end of my socket here, slide it on there, and start tightening this thing. So I'm going to do that now. All right, I got everything installed here, and I'm hoping y'all can see. I'm trying to shine a light up here. You can see I got power wire here, kind of tucked in behind the speaker. I got my other cables ran. There is a spot through there, so I've got my excess antenna cable over there. Because like I said, I had the 275 radio installed on the passenger side, so I had it spooled up over there. So I basically fed the antenna line back through here and just used enough so that I could hook it up, and then I've got it routed around back over here. Excuse the mess. Up there and then back, through there. So, and then the extension cable for the mic is plugged in the front of the radio, obviously, and then that is running through the same spot over there. So I've got that all hooked up, and that's what it looks like. You can see the dead pedals here. It sits a couple inches above the dead pedal, so unless you got 15, 16 size shoes, you shouldn't really be affected with that. So yeah, there we go. That is the driver's side clutch mount part that we're offering now, and hopefully you guys learned a little something from this. Like I said, it's not a 100% install video. I'm curious to see what you guys do with this bracket. There's plenty of room up here to mount, and like I said, the 575 is a huge radio, so there's probably some other products out there from Red Arc, Kicker, several other stereo companies, Rockford Fosgate, you name it. I'm sure other radio brands have. You could even mount like a speaker from Midland up here. If you're hard of hearing like me, you might need that. All right, well, thank y'all for watching this video. Hopefully you learned a little something. And like I said, it's not 100% install. You can watch the other one on the underdash mount for the passenger side. Like I said, the 575 is huge, so this is a good spot for it on the driver's side. There's plenty of room up there, and I am curious to see what you guys come up with, and seeing pictures of everything y'all use that for. The possibilities are endless. We provided a ton of mounting options, tons of slots, holes, you name it. So send your pictures to us, and we appreciate you watching this video, and we will see you out on the trails. Adios.